Welcome to the Destiny of Manufacturing podcast. I am your host, Dean Phillips, and we are live here at FABTECH 2025, and we are live from the show floor here at the PMA booth. I am joined with me today I have the distinct pleasure of having Marion Wells on here. Marion is from Human Asset Management. I'm going to say that again, Human Asset Management. It's something we should all learn more about because it's going to be more and more critical as every single day goes by. She is the cultural architect and innovation catalyst. Welcome, Marion.
Hi, Dean. Thank you so much for having me.
It's great to have you back on the show again because
Back.
you've been on the show before, and it was great to have you then. And I really appreciate you taking time out of your extremely busy schedule.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.
So when we look at what's going on and how things are changing, and you're speaking here at FABTECH, today is it? Correct?
Today, this
so
afternoon.
Hurry up and get down here. She has completed a white paper and just recently, correct?
Yeah. We just wrapped up an interesting study around what I'm going to call life happen moments. And the white paper focuses on the fact that there's a lot of different scenarios that are going to happen with employees in the next 5 years with the onset of the baby boomers retiring. And that's going to be, impactful to the organization because they're not going to be as productive as they have been in the past. They're going to have issues to deal with, whether it's personal health issues, whether it's aging parents issues, whether it's their own young adult issues. But life is going to happen, and that is a known fact.
Yeah. And I think most people don't think about those life moments until they occur.
Yeah. And, Gallup has been gathering data on productivity of employees. And of course, it's all based on absenteeism. But nobody has really taken a really good look at, is the person at work really at work? Are they trying to manage the complexity of their lives? And so what we're going to be advocating for is for employers to really broaden their HR division to add a life happens person who does the due diligence, for that individual and who handles that individual through these crises to allow them to be able to be productive and to do their work. Right. This is not a technology solvable situation. Right. You hire people for their subject matter expertise. You need that expertise, and you need for them to be fully engaged with work. So how do you support them?
Yeah, and that's a challenge. I think most companies are not as equipped as they need to be to make that happen. Most companies don't have that individual. They don't have that key element of how am I going to manage this? I'm a technology company. Most of the companies here are manufacturing some products of some way, shape, or form. And most of those people are used to just grinding things out. They're not used to those aspects. How can we leverage things like digital transformation to help us?
I think what you're going to end up doing is that once everybody gets the memo that AI is a tool, it's not the ultimate problem solver, it's a resource. And once you have trained up your organization to be able to leverage those resources, those AI resources, then I think you're going to be in a better position to at least give something to that employee in their toolbox that can help them keep engaged, but at the same time, they're still going to have, the issues, the complexity issues on their brain. So they're never going to be with you 100%, right? So it's up to us to include them and engage them in such a way that we can provide a better experience at work,
right,
to enable them to be able to be there 100% for the company.
Yeah. And do you feel that builds better or greater loyalty for the person?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know what? You wake up every day knowing that you have to go to work every day. And if it becomes a struggle because you've got other important things pulling on and tugging at your heartstrings, it makes it very difficult to go to work. So the sooner that companies get the memo on that issue, the better off they're going to be. And then it's going to help them in the long run because now it becomes an attraction piece for, why do you want to come work here? Because we really care about the people that we have here, and this is how we support them.
Yeah, that's great. I love that aspect. So let's shift gears a little bit and talk a little bit about technology and talk about how we can make things more efficient using technology nowadays to help those employees.
You know what? I think what we can do is we can have the people prioritized first, then the technology. I think you really gotta have everyone in the company weigh in. And you have to have alignment, with your teams. Leadership has got to be able to make everyone feel comfortable with how we're going to do things here and provide them with the support. You got 4 generations. The baby boomers, as I was just sharing with you, I mean, we might move a little differently with the technology than the Gen Z. Okay?
Yeah.
And we don't want the Gen Z getting frustrated because we're moving too slow. So how do we build that bridge to allow everyone to be able to work together? It's called training.
Yeah.
And we got to train up the organization to be able to work collectively in order to solve the issues and the problems and create the products that we are trying to do.
Yeah, I like the way you frame that too, because I think now I am just on the eldest part of Gen X, and my wife is a baby boomer, and our kids are Gen X, and my dad's still alive, so he's
traditionalist.
It is very difficult when you think about how just communication, what my dad is asked to do in adopting to technology. We're as a society, we have a difficult time even with them because it's like, well, you just do it in your phone now. Well, that's a complicated thing.
And we have really abandoned the old ways. I mean, and so is that notion for adaptability for the older generation to be able to navigate with this new technology is surprisingly very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Because there is no instruction book. It just showed up, it's here, and now you have to deal with it.
Yeah. And just like your smartphone. It's here, there's no instructions. You either know how to use it or you start to just go watch on your own. You have to go find that information on your own.
It makes for great family time because the younger generation in your family will help and guide you. You just have to have the patience to listen, and they have got to have the patience to teach. So what a beautiful opportunity. And then it prepares you for when you're going to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both generations.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's a culture shift. It's a culture shift that we're going to have to embrace because it's coming fast and furious. There is no going back. The Band-Aid has been ripped off.
Yeah, that's a great point. Tell us what else you've been up to since you and I last spoke on the show.
Oh my God. Between just thinking about the human element behind work and workforce, I've just been looking at the numbers, and I've been looking at how people are reacting to this new administration and letting it paralyze them from not doing anything. And folks don't understand that not doing anything is not a strategy.
Right.
So on the one hand, people are waiting for the next shoe to get, dropped. And on the other hand, I'm telling everyone, work on being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the new way. And if you think about it, ever since 2008, when we had our first financial pitfall, right?
Mm-hmm.
we've been on this roller coaster of change for a very long time.
Yeah.
But and the backdrop has been technology. Now we have technology coming at us. We have change coming at us. So the cultural nuances that we are experiencing are mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's going to be easy, and for others, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So we've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yep. Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you to all of our viewers. We are live here at FABTECH 2025 with the Destiny of Manufacturing podcast.